Not every game gives you the ultimate immersive experience like RDR 2 or Witcher 3. Some games can make you feel like leaving the world. Only God and the developers can answer the ultimate question: why the hell these games were made? The world already is a dying cause. Why do we need so many such horrible games to make us feel even more sad, so that you have never had to place those monstrous things tagged as games? You have to praise the developers for their confidence and courage. Without these two things, nobody would be able to release this pathetic thing. Just look at the enemy AI of the game. They are just standing there, not one of the enemies is attacking the main player, and the main player is in a full mayhem mode. Who the hell does not want a challenge while playing a game? Just look at the voice acting here too.
Why do these guys want to kill you?
I'm not the man you think I am.
I knew it.
You did?
I seen you looking at me when I do them high kicks.
What? No, I'm just watching you take...
Original Shaq Fu game, which was released in 1994, was called the worst game until back then. So the developers thought they needed a challenge. They thought we would make a game that would be even more horrible than the original one. And then they made this one. I made a video before about the 5 worst games which were based on movies, where I complained a lot about these movie games. Every now and then, these movie people think it would be a good idea to make a game based on popular movies. These games can be whatever, but still the gamers will buy them and play them. Every time they are proven wrong, but still they make games like this. Godzilla is a game that nobody would even think to make or try if it wasn't a movie game. The gameplay is incredibly boring and the whole world design is just copy-paste effortless creation. For God's sake, please just stop making these unnecessary movie games that nobody wants. To put this game on this list hurts me a lot. Like every other gamer, I'm a huge fan of this series. They actually revolutionized scaring video games. But sadly, this game is just another example to point out that you need to understand when to stop making sequels. The previous games of this series had this charismatic gameplay that would keep you playing. But this game is just an insult to the previous games. This game had laggy multiplayer and frame rate issues, and the game physics was just horrible. This game is a statement that nostalgia cannot save the product every time. This is an example of suffering from success. When the IP's value is insanely high, then this kind of problem occurs. They constantly think about how to make more money by milking this name. Sonic is a very popular name, so milking that name makes sense. That's what happened here. This is not a Sonic game, it's just a regular platformer game that has the license of Sonic. The open world exploration of this game is just purely pathetic. The level designs and the puzzles are surprisingly linear, and the biggest issue of this game is the speed. Sonic is known for speed, and this game's developers did not seem to know that or understand that. Most of the time, Sonic moves at an incredibly slow speed. What's the point of playing a Sonic game where Sonic moves like this? Call of Duty series is notorious for making bad games one after another, and this is just another addition to their list. In simple words, this game is just poorly made. When a Call of Duty game shines, it shines in multiplayer too. Playing multiplayer all day in old school Call of Duty games is one of the most favorite memories for any OG gamers. This game failed here too. The multiplayer is horrible. Most of the time in poorly designed shooting games, developers create levels using some random assets and put some enemies here and there. They do not bother to make the level interesting. They did the same here. The level design is boring as hell. Call of Duty games had some of the greatest stories like Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare or the first of the series, but this game's story is just pure garbage. Overall, there is no reason to play this game. What do you think is the biggest plus point of making a game based on a popular comic character? The biggest plus point is that you get to use a bunch of interesting storylines that writers have already written in the comics. That opportunity can easily enhance the game's narrative structure. Aquaman Battle of Atlantis did the exact opposite. One of the main issues of the game is that it has a really uninteresting story. Since they failed in the easiest criteria, it is normal to fail in the other complex ones like the gameplay. There is nothing innovative and interesting in this game. The same typical gameplay styles were implemented here, but with this underwater world, the number of interesting features could be more than 100. I don't even want to start talking about the graphics, it's just pure bad. The last few seasons of Game of Thrones were horrible. Season 7 and 8 were just pure dog shit. But why was that? Because R.R. Martin was the main author of the series and had zero involvement in the storyline. Without the creator's vision, it's extremely hard to make a good product. Metal Gear Survive fell in this exact criteria. Hideo Kojima created this series with his creative ideas and passion. He introduced so many iconic features to the series. Critics and gamers call him a visionary director. Without him, it's impossible to make a Metal Gear game. But Konami made a game without him and it ended up being terrible. This one does not even go with the original series vibes. Out of nowhere, a narrative-based game series turned into a survival horror game. It would be still excusable if the game was any good. The gameplay, graphics, story, everything made zero sense. That's it for today guys. If you like this video, please dump a like and subscribe to our channel for more gaming related content like this. Until next time, Tada!